Alright, last update on day 5. We didn't get camp moved, and it got storming so bad there was not much we could do. In fact, I was hunkered down in the middle of what was the last 2 dry spots with 4 cats and a blanket. I had lost my shorts. I was sitting in my underwear and a tank top, and then it eventually just flooded to no end. So I had to get on the radio and say I can't hold out. We had 8 cats in that enclosure, and even though it was done very well considering for what we had at the time being and how much we got done, the water was just pouring in, which is good and bad. It's good because now we know what we need to fix. Bad because I was sitting in my underwear with 4 cats in my lap, getting wet, covered up over with a blackout curtain. And the other cats were in the other dry spot. Lightning started hitting, and the frogs started leaving the pond and flying across the inside of the enclosure, which was interesting. Mostly because at that point, the oldest cat, Vespa, decided that in her drugged out state, she was gonna chase it because she'd never seen some shit like that. And it went out the enclosure and came back in, and actually tried to was jumping in my underwear and trying to get in under the covers, and my panties apparently was where it thought it needed to be, and no, it did not. So that's when I said, no, I cannot wait this out. So then we were in the middle of a storm, and we located 8 cats. Thankfully, Cody was very good and got the tent redone and shifted and moved things around. So we have 8 cats and us 2 in a 10-person tent from Costco, which has held up pretty good. The cats have been medicated. We have a litter box. Our litter box. I just ate the one thing I had today to eat, which was a cold junior cheeseburger patty with no bun from Wendy's, but it was the tastiest fucking thing I ever had in my life. The cats are dry and doing okay, except Cody Cat. Cody buddy! Say you misses!
He's hiding behind the litter box.
Who is actually hiding behind the litter box? I don't know if you... that's Cody. There he is, hiding behind that. But this is what we got so far. And I don't know if you remember what it looked like earlier, but now we have that. And then there's Bother. And then there's Bo. And then we have Princess and Dookie, Gomez, and Booze. And every single cat is drying off and getting better. In fact, other than the sounds that they're not used to, everybody's pretty okay.
Gur and Maggie have been out.
Yeah, Gur and Maggie have been out in nature before, but it's been a minute. They are cold. Cody Cats was interested, but then because we were all hunkered in water that was standing, it was no good. Now, what's fascinating is we're in this little bitty tent for the next probably 2 days during storms, and Maggie and Gomez get along like oil and water. Actually, that's mistaken. Oil and water will mix better. How's that? We're going to take the next 2 days off, so to speak, while we can, and basically not rush. I'll tell you what is positive, and I hope it works out, and that is that before that enclosure flooded and I was sitting fighting for my panties' freedom from frogs in 3 inches of water, I had started playing with the mud because there are like little hills of mud, which is why it's uneven, and all the dried grass when we had cut it down. So I kind of played Which is funny. I got on the radio to Cody and I said, I'm playing. What are you doing? And I told him I was mixing that. We don't have sand, but I was mixing it to see how that turned out. And he said, it sounds like research. So here is, fingers crossed. After the storms, we will check that patty I made. And if it did actually do like I'm hoping it does, and that means that we can take and just scoop and level the interior of the enclosure and mix it and make bricks and have mud for the home to get started. So we'll see. It's 8:30 and we've had a long fucking day, and it's been emotionally abusive to everyone.